Welcome back to another episode of the Rum Runnas Podcast, where we drink rum and talk about stuff. I am Jared.
I forgot what we're doing.
It's the introduction part. The first thing. Literally. He's
Call me
Kyle.
Nipples McGee.
Kyle Nipples McGee. It's his full name. Full legal. Just suck it off mics. But... okay.
We need to figure out how to make a PG version of this show. It's going to be difficult.
I don't think that would ever happen. We're too terrible. I think that's the best way to put it.
I think it's a requirement of the internet that we do it, though.
That we do a PG version.
Children need us.
Children need us? I think that's the opposite.
Wait.
How would you even be able to say half of the
I'm
stuff?
going to say words.
How would you be able to say half of the things that you ever say in a PG way?
I just wouldn't say them.
Let's see how that works. Let's see if we can get through today without going, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or oh yeah, no, let's keep going. Let's try to get through today. See how that works. It's not going to work because the first story is terrible. But this is not a family-friendly story. But if you are new here, we are here to talk about weird and funny current events from all around the world. And do you want to let everybody know what we're drinking today, or do you want me to do it?
What we're drinking is
It doesn't have a
Coca-Cola
doesn't have a cool name.
with Captain Morgan's.
Captain and Coke. Doesn't have a cool. If it was Bacardi, it would be a Cuba Libre. But since it's Captain, it's Captain Coke. I don't know why a Cuba Libre is only for Bacardi. Probably because Bacardi is Cuban rum instead of Puerto Rican rum. But there we go. To episode 12.
My penis.
And right there, see, I wouldn't be able to.
Well, I'm just saying that we're almost at the number of shows that is my penis in inches.
Centimeters?
Yeah, meters.
So the first story for today is a new product, which is a GoPro for your dick.
But why?
Here's the thing.
That's not a dick.
That's not a dick.
That is a huge dick. That's a dick. It's like a fist.
It's basically, this is what it looks like. What it is it's a GoPro on a cock ring, and you stick your dick through it, and so while you're thrusting, you can get the POV of your dick.
But that's not gonna look good.
I guess it's depending on your partner.
Just gonna see pelvis or like butt crack, but also most of it's gonna be dark because you're covering the camera repeatedly.
I guess.
It also it's gonna matter how big you are, because if you're little, it's just gonna be the head. Never have room.
I don't know the dimensions on this, but I'm pretty sure even if you have a micro peen, you can fit that on the head, so you'd at least see the crest of the head.
The head? What?
I'm just micro peen. I went straight to micro peen.
If it's on a micro one, it's just gonna take up the whole penis.
Oh, I mean,
how is the penis gonna penetrate anything?
Girth wise.
No, but you're like, oh, if it's a micro peen, you'll be able to see.
Maybe
the head.
it's not even for sex.
It's not gonna go in a penis.
Maybe it's just for walking around.
Ring?
Maybe it's just for walking around naked. Maybe you're just walking around, you're like, look at my house from my dick's perspective.
So does the camera move? Because, again, size is going to matter. Because if you're big, it's just going to hang down and point
No, it's a
the
GoPro,
ground.
so it has a really big field of view.
If you're, like, average, it's going to point straight out looking, because it's going to be on your balls propped up. And if you're small, it's going to look up. I don't know how small penises work.
I don't know.
Are they just propped up on
I mean,
balls?
don't huge dicks also point,
No,
sometimes
man,
a diagonal?
They just go down.
Depending on the muscle.
I mean, that's if it's hard. I'm talking about soft dick. If you're just walking around, you're walking around with a boner?
Yeah.
Just always?
That's kind of the point. I mean, if you're going to do it, you're going to get yourself going. You're going to work it up a little bit. You're going to put it on. You're going to be like, here's my dick view of my home.
Seems like an unnecessary angle to videotape anything.
It does. Which is actually why I have this, because I think this is the worst invention. I mean, because
there's not really a good use for it.
It's not.
There's not like... When you're that close to something, you're not going to get a good view of it.
Depending on personal grooming, you might just be going face first into just bush over and over again.
Yeah, but you probably won't be able to tell, because if the camera's going to be so close to it, it's going to not render properly. What kind of camera lens?
It's a GoPro.
But still,
GoPros are very good at getting a wide angle.
You're going to be this far away. Like, you're not going to get very much scope.
I'm not. Yeah. Once again, I agree with you.
Being generous.
Yeah, that's very generous.
That's at most.
The average guy's not walking around with
like
that much in his pants.
You're just gonna be like this. Like you're gonna be this close at all times. Nobody heard any of those words.
They did it. You completely covered the microphone, but you're gonna be around this close. And it's just gonna be boom, boom, boom,
you're not gonna
boom,
be able to
boom,
see
boom,
anything.
boom. Maybe if you put it in slow motion, you might be able to make out a little bit more.
Just track it. Just boop, 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 boop. There's the clit.
Yeah, that's really the only reason you'd use it is if you were like, I just want to know what my dick sees.
Your dick doesn't see anything. It sees on the inside.
Yeah,
that's why there's that dildo that has the camera on the inside of it.
Which I still can't. I can't even wrap my. That is another one of the worst inventions.
Why? Because
I've
it was
ever heard
hooked up
of.
to the cloud and completely hackable.
That also, but also because how many people are just like, I want to see the inside of a vagina or asshole for an extended period of time. So like you watch that, like you would look that up and just be like inside vagina porn.
I guess probably. You've never tried to like get a flashlight and just look inside of somebody?
Never with a flashlight, but I have. I mean, everybody's curious, especially when you're younger, but then like kind of once you see it, you're like, okay.
So like when you were like 12, you're like, let me just look inside this.
Not when I was 12. Oh. I wasn't like, hey, you person that I just kind of know. Can you please take off your panties and let me see inside of your vagina in not a sexual way, in a scientific way?
I was definitely a grown up the first time I did that. Not a young person. Definitely not in high school.
No matter what, it's a weird invention. I think we can all agree that it would be a weird invention.
No, it'd be just fucking weird, but I would still use it.
I would be too tempted to take it and spin it around.
The camera would get no use out of it. I'd be too tempted to just use it as a camera.
And just walk around.
Can
you just imagine vlogging with either a cock cam or a dildo cam?
That looks like just you could put that on your thumb or something. That'd actually probably be super convenient. But
we're gonna buy the cock cam and we're gonna use it as a vlogging camera.
That'd be great. Like you're just like, what's up? People would be
what's
like,
up,
I have no
everybody?
idea what's happening. He's pretending to shoot everybody.
Look at my invisible gun. And then somebody's gonna be walking around and be like, isn't that the cock cam?
Not one person, not one would know.
It's true. I doubt anybody has bought this.
I'd be like, that's a weird ring you're talking to.
It at least has 2 reviews, so at least 2 people have bought it.
Are they good reviews?
It's got 5 stars.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
It's $160 though. Apparently it can fly through the air.
Wait, what?
I just have it right here. So I'm just like, is that flying through the air? Can you fly through the air with it? Apparently they attached it to a dog also.
My use for it I think my use would be perfect. Just be like, what up?
Just put it on your thumb and just just flashlight walk around, but actually be recording.
Yeah, just talking to it like, what's up?
Now with the dildo cam, that would
what
be
up?
you can use it as a ring. Just be like, if you like it, you should have put a ring on it. I can't speak.
Oh my god, you can make like great engagement photos with that.
Oh my god,
because it could be the ring going on.
Oh my, that is.
See,
there you go. Got to think outside the box for cock cams.
Outside of the cock.
I think you can still keep outside of the box because a cock cam would be outside of the box.
On to the next one.
I'm just saying. I was just trying to picture somebody walking around with a dildo cam.
The dildo cam would be perfect, though. I mean,
I'm pretty sure you'd be arrested after a while.
Why?
Because I don't think you can. I mean, how close would you be to a school?
How much of it does it? How much like a dick does it look? Because that makes a difference.
I don't know.
If it's a full blown looking dick, then
Let's
for one,
find out.
I definitely would use it. For 2, I don't know. You can't just walk around with a dildo in your hand.
I don't think so. Dildo cam inside the vagina. That's X videos. I'm not gonna look at that.
Do it.
That's all porn. That's
This is not what the camera looks like.
That's not what the camera looks like.
That one's not even a camera.
Yeah, so
some of those weren't cameras at all.
They weren't cameras at all.
Those were just dicks.
That was just porn. That's great.
You should be cautious before you just like Google stuff like that with your friend sitting next to you.
I mean, this is a work computer, and that was a work thing. So it's a good thing that this is my only work. So it kind of works out. After looking at porn for a split second, let's go to the next one, which we actually discussed a little bit yesterday when we were hanging out. This is what I just put for There's No Cure for Stupid. It's the new trend is airline passenger licks toilet seat in viral video.
That's a
and
trend?
disgust
Wait.
The Twitter community.
Trend? Like more than one person
This is
doing
a
it?
new thing that people are doing where they are licking plain toilet seats. Not plain as in like, nothing on top of them, but plain as in like aeroplane.
But
Now,
why?
the reason... I know you saw the video of her doing it.
That's hot.
But here's the reason that I wanted to include this.
I'd pee on her face while she's doing it.
Oh my god!
Can I
I've
say
licked
that on the internet.
I mean, people will probably think you are like one R. Kelly,
Like one R. Kelly.
like one
Like there's
R. Kelly.
Like, you could be more than one R. Kelly. Like I'm
can.
level 1 R. Kelly right now.
That is level 1 R. Kelly if you think about it. R. Kelly has evolved like a Pokemon. he's gone from I just like to piss on people's faces to I like to
I
piss
think
on
there was
children's
more that
faces
happened in that video.
to I just like to take people hostage, brainwash them, and have my own sex cult. You're not
Listen.
at the final evolution.
Listen.
You're at one R. Kelly.
Plenty of famous people like to pee on people.
I can guarantee that. That's
Chuck Berry has a video
Chuck
somewhere
Berry?
also. Yeah, of
Oh my
pooping on
God.
some like lady's chest or something.
that's terrible.
Why?
I don't know.
It's
I'm
called
not
Cleveland Steamer.
I'm not into that at
You're
all.
not, you're not into poop play?
But this is why I wanted to tell you. Her thing says, I've licked a lot of toilets in my day, so she's done this a lot. But this was the first one that made my tongue go numb.
But
So she just... And then, because of, the sheer amount of disgusting that's on an airplane toilet, because, all over the world, and all types of asses and things...
well, they probably also use like the purest form of bleach.
The purest form. Pure, uncut Colombian bleach.
Powdered bleach. But
yeah.
But why?
Let me see here. The airline on which the stunt unfolded remains
How
unclear.
much do you have to hate your mom and dad to do something like that?
Yeah, you needed to have been
Like,
fucked up in some
you're
way
like,
as a
look
child.
at what I did on the internet to everybody. I licked a toilet seat. Now I'm famous. Like, no, that's not. You're famous for the fact that nobody's going to want to put their pee-pee in your mouth now.
I mean, this is also the same generation that was eating Tide Pods.
Yo, wait, but listen. Nobody's going to want mouth aids from her.
Just specifically mouth aids.
Yeah, I don't.
These are just some of the responses to this. I'm
What's
deeply
the video?
concerned.
Play the video. Is it the same video? Like, that looks different than the one I watched.
Let's find out.
Nah, it's the same one. But why?
It's disturbing to see. It's so disturbing. She's so happy about it.
How many drugs?
She's so happy
How
about
many
it.
drugs?
All the drugs.
All of the
That's what it would
drugs.
take.
That
But
was
people,
so
these are some
many
people's
drugs.
responses to this. I'm deeply concerned, which I would agree with that statement.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna OD on whatever she's on.
Master of the Croc said, which is just a great Twitter handle, by the way, but it's numb because you just contracted 1,200 diseases at once.
Well, I think
Mythbusters?
What the fuck?
Mythbusters.
Mythbusters. Why can't I say that?
I don't know. Enunciate, man. Work your mouth.
Mythbusters
There we go.
proved that the toilet seat is like the cleanest thing in your bathroom.
Yeah, that is true. I mean,
But that's a personal bathroom.
licking this would actually be worse. But yeah, no, I think on an airplane, it probably would actually be worse.
But also, it's probably just covered in fucking bleach, man. Like,
Jam said, pretty much agrees with us. I just don't get why anyone would ever do this. Ever.
there was like a video like this like a couple years ago.
I have to stop using the internet.
Classic.
It's somebody else. I can't believe what I see on this app sometimes. That's enough Twitter for today. Bye.
What app was it?
Twitter.
It wasn't TikTok.
What is it does seem like the kind of thing that would be on TikTok, but no.
Nah, man. TikTok's for traps.
Hit or miss.
Yeah, it's for traps.
I can't believe Twitter made me famous for licking a toilet. That's the person. And their name is Grimy. Keep your blood moving.
I just like that I said something super offensive and you don't understand it.
I actually don't even listen to you half the time.
I know, but you don't even understand because it was like low key offensive.
What thing are you talking about?
I said TikToks for traps.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do actually know what you're talking about.
What are they?
I'm not going to go and explain the thing that you just went, that's low-key offensive.
Low-key being offensive.
You're the offensive
I'm
one
being
on this
pretty good.
podcast.
I mean, usually.
Usually, yes.
It's weird. And I try and play it off like I'm not, but
Let me see here.
I'm a terrible person.
Okay, let's try to figure out here. So Dr. Charles Gerba, microbiologist from the University of Arizona, indicated that bathrooms, tray tables, armrests were among the germiest... Okay, so yeah. Literally says the germiest things on commercial aircraft. So between the armrest, the tray tables, and the bathroom,
I thought this was going to be
germs.
a thing where he was like, this is this mental disease for people that do this.
Oh my God, he apparently... Neither of us can talk, apparently. He found influenza virus, norovirus, and MRSA on samples tested through the research.
No wonder her fucking tongue is numb. She's got fucking a staph infection now.
Yeah. The best thing to do is use a hand sanitizer and do not use the toilet. He basically just told her, hey, just drink. Just drink hand sanitizer at this point. You're going to die. So drink hand sanitizer.
Another thing where like it was like fun to drink bleach. That's what that girl should do. Is that too much?
Basically, you just said she should probably kill herself.
I did not say that.
Or you're just saying she should clean her mouth out.
She needs to clean the diseases that she's now
clean that
ingested.
mouth out. She's got a dirty, dirty mouth. Got to clean that mouth out. And when you have this many diseases on your tongue, the only thing that'll work is bleach.
Yeah, man. Bleach kills 99% of all germs, including norovirus.
Today's podcast is brought to you by
Clorox.
Clorox.
Drink some.
Drink some. That's terrible. Can you imagine if that was Clorox's slogan? Clorox.
Rum Runners does not endorse drinking Clorox.
Yeah, we do not
I
endorse
guess I have
that.
to say that.
You do have to say that because some people will just be like, well, these guys on the internet told me to do it.
I mean, they'll be dead, so they won't be able to.
I feel like they would probably record it. And they would say, these guys on the internet told me to do it. And then they would die.
A small YouTube channel told me, hey, I should drink Clorox.
But right before this, I also licked a toilet seat, so the world might be better.
That's how you get a Darwin Award.
That is how you get a Darwin Award. I love that movie. It's very underrated.
The movie was garbage. The actual Darwin Awards was great.
Mean, yes, but the movie had so many of the actual like Darwin Award stories in it.
You like so many bad things.
I do like so many bad things. It hurts. It hurts.
It's not even bad in a good way. Like trauma movies are bad in a good way. I tried to explain that to you.
I know you did.
You got to see them.
I want to make trailers like that now. So coming soon on the channel, we're gonna be making really bad movie trailers.
He just made a promise that's probably gonna be 10 years from now.
Okay, not coming soon. Coming at some point on the channel. Really bad movie trailers.
It's like pulling teeth to get you to make stuff.
It's not pulling teeth to get me to make stuff. It's pulling teeth to get everybody else to make stuff.
It's just got to be us, Jared. We're on our own. Too close to you to do what I want to do. Touch my hand.
I have a feeling that's going to be the thumbnail. All right, so let's keep on chugging along to the next story. And this one...
Carpet sticky, or is there scum on my foot? Which I don't want to make you mad, so we're going to just assume your carpet's sticky. On to the next one.
On to the next
And
one.
another one.
This one I had saved as this is how you end a police chase.
Is it drinking bleach?
Suspect
clothesline?
break dances at the end of police chase.
Yo, why is there just like a nice black family and like the thing right
don't
underneath that?
I don't know.
That's racist, whatever internet
Super
website
racist.
this is.
But basically, there was a low speed. They don't even say low speed; they say slow speed. So in other words, it was at 5 miles an hour. This guy was being chased through Los Angeles, and when he got caught, he got out, and he just stood in the middle of the street. I watched the video. The video is funny. He stands in the middle of the street. They're telling him to put his hands up. He puts his hands up, and he just starts breakdancing. And then the guy who's recording literally goes, "He's gonna need to stop doing that, or he's gonna get shot."
On that note, though, so this just reminds me.
Okay, go ahead.
Of the episode of the Graceland podcast that I just listened to, which is a good show. You should listen to it. Everybody should listen to it. It's pretty cool.
Not a sponsor, but an.
But I
endorsed
listened
channel.
to the one where he was talking about James Brown. James Brown apparently got into a high-speed police chase with a shotgun after trying to like shoot up something, and then ended it.
What?
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Anyway, so at the
It's
end,
cool. It was fine.
that's not the important part. The important
It's
part that
James
is the
Brown.
part that relates to this.
Okay.
Where he was like, well, guess I'm caught. Only thing I should do is get out and dance for the police, I guess. And that's what he did. And then he got punched in the face.
Got punched in the face. I mean,
Yeah.
if I was a cop and I just did a high speed pursuit and the person's like, "Look at me, watch myself, ow!" I'd be like, "Done. You're
Yeah.
out. Go to sleep. I'm tired of this shit. This has been a long day."
Yo, also James Brown was like a badass.
James Brown. But let me see if I can find the video. I'm not gonna have any sound, but just because it'd be douchey to have sound playing.
Yeah, because all you'd hear is
Let's try to get to. Oh, they were going 35. I think that's low speed. I wouldn't say that's slow. Oh, now he's going 45.
oh man, it's getting up to high speed.
Let's see here. Come on, give me the break dancing. So see, now they caught him, and now he's like, "All right, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out. It's cool, but my jam is coming on next, and I have to let y'all know that when my jam comes on, I can't help myself." I think it's because he notices that the news copter is there, is why he started doing it. But let's just see,
He's just holding
because
his hands in the
at
air.
this point he's like, "Oh, the news chopper has just showed up."
The news chopper was there the whole time.
Well, this is like the police chopper that I think is doing it. Or what the? Apparently, it didn't last very long.
Do it. Do it. He's not doing it.
He's not doing it.
This is a lie.
I have zero patience, so I can't do
Just
it.
go up there. It's almost done. It's gonna start soon. Just make it big. Make it. Oh my god. You fucking it up. You keep fucking it up. It's too far. You break too much. What are you doing?
I don't know. This is just exciting internet viewing
Oh
right
my
here.
goodness, it's a police. Look at him. Look at him being all policey. Yo, those cameras are really good, actually. I thought they
Right?
were terrible. 'Cause, you know, they're flying. I like how you touch it right every time when it looks like it's about to happen. Like, I feel you getting ready to do something.
Because I have
And
no
the dude
patience.
is like stretching right now, like, I won't do it. What?
Yes.
What the fuck?
He's doing like some robot pop and lock shit right now.
I think this is a clickbait thing. I do not think there will be dancing. Stop rewinding it.
No,
You rewinded it.
I saw
It's the opposite direction.
because he gets tackled after that. I saw this and I saw a thing that he legitimately. Okay, I'm bored now. He dances though. I saw a thing where he was dancing. It
Was
wasn't
it
like
good?
No, he wasn't very good.
Mm.
He was just doing it to show off, and he was gonna get shot. And the helicopter people told him he was gonna get shot.
People
so.
like to do stuff to seem cool when they're getting arrested.
Yeah.
Although my favorite was that one time when that dude was all being arrested and he was like just chatting with the cop and he's all like, "Hey man, what you doing? Why you doing that? That's just mine. That's mine. Don't go in my pockets," and like just fucking going.
It's like, have you seen that video of the bounty hunter that caught the skip, and like he has him like cornered, and like I guess not corner, but he's like right there next to him, and the guy just starts running. And he like catches up with him, and he's like, "Okay, you fast, man, you fast. Okay, it's good." Ah! And he starts running again the other direction, and the guy catches up with him again, and he's like, "All right, man, you pretty quick, He's like, "What if I do this?" And he just keeps doing that for a while. He just keeps running around, and it's like a 10-minute thing until finally they take him down, and he's like, "All right, you caught me.
Good job.
That was nice." But yeah, I just thought like
Good game. High fives.
I didn't even know that James Brown did like a whole thing.
Yeah, man, me neither. That's why I'm telling you. That show's cool.
All right then.
It's just a whole bunch of shit like musicians did that are terrible.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. They're talking about Motley Crue and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I watched that movie The Dirt, which was not very good, but it was okay.
All right, movie reviews with Kyle. Not very good, but okay. The Dirt on Netflix. Okay. So let's continue on. Just keep chugging right along and get into the next one. This is bad for my state of Pennsylvania. This is what you're.
I like that you're covering that part, but I can
totally
read
has
that
it right
part.
Here. It totally has it right here. Men charged with having sex with
fuck?
12 animals to be sentenced. So
what the fuck?
This is in Pennsylvania. It was in Clearfield County, which that's in like the sticks. That's like the middle of the state.
Pennsylvania's like
that's it. Okay, so if that's Pennsylvania, we're here. Okay, so we're right here. Clearfield County is like over here. It's actually up here a little bit too. Yeah. It's really far away from us. But yeah, so these guys
It's basically Ohio.
Yeah, it's very close to Ohio. It's closer to Ohio than it is to us.
Pretty sure. Ohio.
Because I think it takes like 5 hours or something to get there. Because you have to go up and west. So it's closer to Ohio. But I want to see, because I never actually read this. I read the headline and just went, yeah, we're talking about that. But so they've had sex with 12 animals. And they're being arrested for it.
12 different kinds of animals?
Oh, man, it doesn't list what kind of animals.
It's not like turkey, quail.
What? I'm confused. Okay, so they entered guilty pleas to more than 1,400 charges. What? But that is including sex with animals. Makes sense, because they had sex with animals.
That seems like the main one.
Cruelty to animals. I think that might be a little bit mean to the animals.
I wonder if it's like not 1,400, but it's like whatever times 12.
And corruption of minors.
Times 3. What the fuck? Did they have children have sex with the animals?
That's what I don't get.
Was it because they were puppies? Like,
for 4 to 5 years. This was over the course of 4 to 5 years.
Was one of them a minor at the start?
They look old. 31, 41, 34. So if you do the math, no. Unless they got a kid, unless they got a minor to also have sex with animals. Or if they had sex with like a puppy or like a kid, and by kid I don't mean kid as in like human kid, but like goat. Like a baby goat.
I like the camera angle for this. They're all about the same height, but it's making them look.
It's making them look way different. Yeah,
like they're all at the same.
This
line.
guy's like 5'7". This guy's like 5'8". This guy's like 5'8". But this guy looks way tall. The 5'7" guy looks way taller than the guys that are 5'8". It's just because he's skinny. So they're like, all right, he's a lanky dude. We should make him look taller. Because that's, they try to give you your best angle from mug shots. They're like, what's your good side? What's your good side? We'll use that one.
I'm gonna guess that it's. I'm gonna go on the safe side because don't want to imagine that they involve children.
I would hope they didn't.
It's because they used puppies, which doesn't make it better, but it makes it better.
Like I said, or they use like unless they were fucking goats, because it doesn't even say what kind of animal it was.
I mean, because those are kids.
Those are kids. They can fucking kids, man.
Yo, goat kids.
Goat kid. I mean, I'm not saying anything. These guys that were arrested for it, so we shouldn't be getting all offended because they said they
I'm
could
just
be
saying,
fucking
don't say
kids.
fucking kids on the internet.
Okay, so if like a kid breaks your window, you can't be like fucking kids.
Not on the internet.
You can't say fucking kids.
You can't say that these guys were fucking kids. These 3 guys fucked kids. You can't say that on the internet. Plus, we don't know if they fucked goats.
I said they could have. I said these guys could have been fucking kids.
Oh my god.
I mean, they could have been fucking Joeys for all we know.
On to the next one.
I love how you're like, that's where I draw a line. Fucking baby kangaroos, that's where I draw the line.
Well, you don't have a list of the animals.
I know,
if there was a list of an animal, we would go into this.
I'm
but
kind of upset. I thought
we
it
would
did.
rank which one is
But,
more
like, look at
offensive.
this. Look at there's no how is that an article? How does someone get paid to just write that?
Well, I mean, like, all right, so let's make a scale of what animals would be the worst to fuck.
Let's do this. Let's go there.
Let's pick 12 animals. All right.
Okay. And once again,
Dogs
this isn't
and horses seem like that's pretty okay because that's been around for a long time.
when we say okay, we mean least worst.
Least worst, yeah.
Least worst.
Dogs,
Dogs and horses probably closer to the
Horses.
top of the list.
sheeps are probably up at the top too.
Also, something that's happened quite frequently. Goats gets a little bit weird. I put goats underneath.
Yeah, because their babies are called kids,
Yeah.
and then you're fucking kids.
What's a baby sheep?
Lamb?
Lamb?
Yeah.
Is that what a baby is, or is that what like a adolescent?
What the fuck? There's different levels.
I don't know. There's different levels for
They're
humans.
not Pokemon. I don't care.
Okay, this is the second time Pokemon's been mentioned.
I feel like birds would be the worst because they
Like
would
it was
die.
like chickens,
Like they would definitely die.
like chickens or turkeys, because
Yeah,
because
'cause,
Clearfield County is like a big farm area.
Plus, I mean, their junk isn't like the same, so you'd have to like tear them apart to bang them.
Yeah, cows
That probably wouldn't be too bad. Can you fuck a cow? That'd be dangerous.
would be very dangerous. I think it'd be dangerous to fuck a horse. Also,
I don't know. There's videos of it on the internet.
there is. I mean, I do.
Nobody has a
yeah.
video of them fucking a cow though.
I'm not gonna type that in. I learned from the last time. I'm not typing that in.
So far we're learning that like we only care about birds.
Birds are the worst so far because it leads to
I
the
think cats would be pretty bad too because they're little. So you'd probably
Cats
just definitely
also
kill
are
them.
little, so that's definitely
They
terrible.
definitely probably wouldn't survive.
What other things are on like a farm? Because we just said birds, so you're looking at chickens, turkeys, ducks.
Things that are
They're
kind of
like
birds.
all
Firm-
together.
firm
Pigs.
Pigs.
Pigs would be really bad because pigs are intelligent. They're more intelligent than dogs.
So they would understand.
They would understand what was going
All right,
on.
so I think what
And
we're
there's
saying
that
is
Black Mirror episode where they forced the prime minister to fuck a pig.
Good.
That was
All
a fucked up episode.
So in my list-
fucked up real life.
My list of what we have so far. I'm
Okay.
gonna say horses are least bad.
Okay.
Then dogs. I mean, no, dogs are least bad. Because dogs seem like they'd be into it. I mean, 'cause
Dogs just
they're
want to please.
They just want to make you happy.
Yeah.
Then horses, because horses probably wouldn't be into it, but for some reason
People just seem really into
they just
fucking
seem
horses
into
on the
fucking
internet.
Horses.
Sexually
And then sheep,
deviant people.
because I've heard stories that sheeps are like ladies for real. I don't
Where
know.
have you heard these stories?
Farm people.
Farm people. You just went to a petting zoo and they're just like, sheeps are like ladies.
No,
And you're
man.
like, we need to get the fuck out of this petting zoo right now.
I knew some weird farm people. Anyway,
Oh my
I don't
God.
want to talk about that. I don't know what
Be
it's
like,
like.
that was a dark time in my life. I don't want to talk about the weird farm people.
Then we'll say pigs, cats, and then birds.
So the ones that can die are the worst to
And
do.
the one that I feel
and
like
the
that
one
can
that
feel things
actually
and
knows
understand.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Those are the worst. Okay. So we have the definitive list of the worst animals for these guys
raping.
to have fucked that are realistically able to have been got. Because, I mean, we don't know what they had. They could have had llamas for all we know. I mean, that's a wild card, though. Or an emu.
I mean, I guess llamas would be like a thing. Like if you have like one of those,
Like a petting zoo.
No, like one of those fetishes where you like being like spit on and stuff.
So that's just your preference of sexual deviation at that point.
Yeah.
It's how fucked up are you? I mean, an emu would be a terrible one because that's a bird that
Oh.
is big enough, but that bird can fuck you up.
But I also don't know how their genitals work because like bird penises are weird.
Because birds have like
they're like
the
long
Yeah.
strings. Like they're not even like they don't get erect. I don't even think.
yeah. I mean, have you seen eagles fuck?
To the death.
I mean, kind of. It's literally they fucking dive bomb and they swirl.
I mean, sometimes
they-
they don't survive.
Yeah, and they don't survive sometimes. Yeah.
That's why they're endangered. Really, they're like pandas. They just make weird life choices when it comes to banging.
Pandas are another weird one. But these guys definitely, I don't think we're banging pandas because I don't think pandas are in Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
I mean, I think pandas would probably be like actually above horses for being the best ones or whatever.
Because pandas wouldn't care. They would just
well,
be
no,
eating bamboo.
Pandas are just like, I'm not even into sex. So like, maybe
They're
you would
not.
be like teaching them, and then they would be like interested in sex then, and then.
I don't think that's how that would work.
You're right. I probably shouldn't go down this.
I think
path.
they would be less interested in sex at that point. I think the pandas would be like, you know what? I'm going to sit here. I'm going to
This
eat.
human fuck
and I'm
me.
gonna
I don't
let-
want to fuck anything now.
I'm going to let all of my species die out because of these fucks in Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
I wonder if that's what happened. And that's why pandas don't like banging.
We wouldn't know. We're not in a place with pandas.
That's just such a weird animal. The fact that they're just like the number, like the
Do you know what's terrible?
There's, like,
Is
natural
look at the
instincts.
story right below it.
can't read it.
It just so it's like 3 arrested for sex with
Wife,
animals.
daughter, and
Wife,
police.
daughters. He says wife, daughters. Pope Francis issues letter to Catholics. It's just funny. That's just how the ticker got caught when they put this up.
Wife, daughters. Pope Francis.
Wife, daughters. People can't use English.
Is
It's
the
terrible.
Pope? Is the Pope like? Is that letter being like? Don't.
Actually,
fuck
if
kids
if
and animals.
based off of when this was, this probably was when Pope Francis was like, "Hey, you people need to fucking stop."
Keep your genitals away.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna chugga
On to the next.
right on to the next one. Now this one we talked about last week a little bit, but this is the Testicular Bill of Rights.
What?
This is lawmakers push bill that will require older men to report every release of sperm.
What? Like each individual one? Do you have to fill out like 5
It's
billion
5
every
Georgia
time?
lawmakers are pushing a bill that would force men 55 years of age or older to report the release of sperm. Any male 55 years of age or older shall immediately report to the county sheriff or local law enforcement agency when such male releases sperm.
What?
So actually, no, this is different from the one that we were talking about last week, because last week it was about them not wanting vasectomies, and this is just about reporting every release of sperm.
But what?
The bill is introduced.
That's what the cock cam's for.
the heartbeat
It's
of board.
to make sure you're not beating your dick off.
It's so your parole officer can keep track. It's like a fucking ankle
It's
bracelet.
a live feed
It
straight to
has-
the police department.
Can you imagine if it was like an ankle bracelet, like you had like the anti-tamper thing, and so you can't remove it.
It's vibrating. He's beating it.
Yep. That would make abortion illegal once a doctor has attempted to take around 6 weeks.
How would that make abortion illegal?
Sponsor 5 Democratic representatives, including Representative Darshun Kendrick, who tweeted she intended to introduce a testicular bill of rights. That's why I called it that. I didn't make that up. I
What?
forgot that it was in the article. That would seek to regulate male sex organs.
What?
It would require men to obtain permission from their sex partner before they are able to obtain a prescription for Viagra or any erectile dysfunction medication.
Oh, so this is like a protest bill.
And then it would also ban vasectomy procedures in Georgia. And it would make it an aggravated assault crime for men to have sex without a condom. And it would require DNA testing when a woman is 6 weeks and 1 day to be performed when she is 8 weeks to determine the father of the child, who shall immediately start paying child support. And at 24-hour waiting period for men to purchase any porn or sex toys in the state of Georgia.
I don't. This is a protest bill, right? Like this is
It
like
has
something
to be.
fight
It
against.
has to be a
abortion,
trolling
like
thing.
stupid Because some of these are fucking weird. Some of them, I guess, make sense. Like the condom thing, I could get that.
Like it's
if
understandable.
If
Without consent should be in there.
yeah,
Without consent,
Like, if she's
should
like,
be right on
bang
the
me
end
without
of
a condom, that doesn't then she's like, you're like, all right, cool. But if she's like, wear a condom, and you're like, no, I get, there should be like an upper
you should
risk
be in,
for that.
Yeah, you should be in some sort of trouble at that point.
Because you're putting somebody at undue bodily harm.
Yeah, because I can't even tell you the amount of times where I was like, all right, let me put a condom on. They were like, no. And I was like,
don't like that. And you're like, me neither.
And I was like, I don't want to have any kids currently. And then, that didn't happen.
Just do it. Just be like Nike.
Just do it. If they ask you to, just do it.
Yeah, there's no rubber on Nikes, all leather. I don't think that's true, but still. Yo, imagine if Nikes were just made out of leather. No rubber.
That is the most ridiculous thing you've ever said on here. That is the most ridiculous thing that you've ever said.
That can't be. That can't be.
You legitimately just said, just do it, like Nike. There's no rubber on Nikes. It's all leather. Oh my God.
Just do it like Nikes. No rubber, all skin.
Oh my God, that was fun. I don't know if I can recover from that one. And they're just like, I don't think that's true, but hey. Oh, fuck.
I wish Nikes had no rubber on them now.
Nike's so like, that could be true.
Nike's like, I sense a new advertisement.
Nike's just gonna be scrolling through this and just be like, that's a good idea right there. We have a whole untapped market.
No rubber, just skin.
God damn it. Oh my God, I can't breathe.
My neck hurts.
Oh my God. Let's see here. But do you know what's missing in this fucking list? Unless the list continues down here and it's just blocked by her tweet where she's like, look at my testicular Bill of Rights. The thing where it says that they need to keep track of all.
How do you
I feel like that's just them trolling. It has to be trolling because
does that count
that's
for like
basically
nighttime emissions?
Yeah. It's basically you know the fucking Legally Blonde.
What for one? For one.
Have you ever seen the movie Legally Blonde?
Yeah, but for one.
Everybody's seen the movie Legally Blonde.
I would just want to fuck with the police and I would just
jack off all the time.
All the time. Like, hey, I need to report that I nutted.
There would have to be a separate line.
There'd be one just for me. Like, you've called 14 times in this last hour, but like, I know I'm going for a record. Keep track of these.
It hurts.
Guinness, here
so
I
good.
come. Da-dun-dum.
Da-dun. But no, in fucking Legally Blonde, they talked about that. Because remember in that little mock thing, they were talking about like paternal rights and everything like that. And then she mentioned something about, would you consider then every ejaculatory emission abandonment of child? And everybody laughed. Everybody was laughing because they were like, that's ridiculous. But that's kind of what
it's
they're
an
saying.
abortion.
Technically.
So is every period,
That's
though.
a life. That's a life wasted in a
it's
tissue
half a life.
sock in someone's belly button.
It's
someone's
like
hair.
400 million chances at life. So it's 400 million something abortions.
Yeah, that's crazy when you break it down that way.
On to the next one. Let's stop talking about semen.
All right,
Just do it.
Just do it. But to go to the next one, this is a very important conversation, and we've started having it. And I think the only way to state it is I hope everybody is ready to pray to our new Mickey Mouse overlord. Let's talk about Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox.
For one, I already thought this happened.
No, it's been in the whole thing is that the issue with this story is it puts them in the position where they're getting really close to monopolizing entertainment.
They already have that. There's only 3 companies, now 2 companies that own everything.
Yeah, but a thing that I made sure to put here, and I know you mentioned it, but I wanted to get the exact figure. Disney now owns the controlling shares for Hulu.
Yeah.
So it's not that they own Hulu, it's that they own the
that.
controlling shares. They own 31%, I think is what it is.
They own the most.
Yeah. So now on top of Disney having its own streaming service coming out, they now also own controlling shares of Hulu, which we then brought up And I was talking about that since Disney now owns Marvel and all the Marvel shows have been taken off of Netflix, we thought it'd be fucking hilarious if they now became Hulu originals instead of Netflix originals. Because Disney's already said they're not putting any adult, like anything R-rated or anything. I just read that article like this morning, like when I woke up. I started reading that and I was like, son of a bitch.
They're gonna be bad now.
They're gonna be
They're
bad now.
Bad. They're gonna be worse.
Fuck you. Stop hating on Daredevil with
Deadpool was the worst. He's the worst superhero ever.
Did you say Deadpool was the worst?
Daredevil is the worst. And he's I said Daredevil.
It's in there. I'm gonna rewind it. I'm gonna highlight that in the edit.
And then
you said
there's
going
to be like
the
a part
worst.
in the video now where you're like, I apologize. He said Daredevil. Because I said Daredevil.
You did not. You said Deadpool.
Daredevil's the worst.
And then you said Daredevil.
He's the dumbest, blindest superhero.
He's the blindest, but he's not the dumbest.
I bet there's a blinder superhero than him.
There's not a blinder superhero than him.
There's got to be like a blind samurai that doesn't have magical sight abilities.
Then how do you fight? There has to be some sort of thing to even it out.
Just good hearing.
That's basically
Have
what
you ever
he
watched a
has.
Japanese like samurai movie where there's like a blind
and they would get their asses whooped
the
by
blind
Daredevil.
one would win
They'd get their asses whooped
because he
by
can
Daredevil.
see with his stupid gay power. I saw that movie. He sees like it's the Matrix.
Watch the show. The show is better than the movie. The movie just made it seem like he's like, I got really good ears and I can see like a bat.
Affleck.
You were the bomb in Phantom, yo.
That's all I have to say.
Or say Ben Affleck, as in that was like...
Ben Affleck is the Daredevil.
No, he's the Batman.
No. Michael Keaton's the Batman.
But I mean, not currently. Unless they do a Batman Beyond.
Batman's leaving. Or Ben Affleck's leaving Batman.
Batman's leaving.
Batman's leaving.
Everybody, Batman's leaving. Let's throw him a party.
I need to just stop making superhero movies. Be honest, I'm done with them
because they're just fucking up now at this point. Is that what you're saying?
No, because they just they're like, all right, so even though we had like these 15 years planned, the actor bailed 3 movies into it. So what we're gonna do is instead of just going,
we're just gonna introduce another actor.
We're just gonna restart from the beginning again. It's like, oh my fucking god, stop!
I don't think they're restarting from the beginning because I know that in the Justice League there's been like a lot of weird contract things, like Ben Affleck's leaving.
Marvel does it
Urza
too. There's
Miller.
15 fucking Spider-Mans.
There's only a couple Spider-Mans. There's less Spider-Mans than there is Batmans.
There's like the same amount.
No, there's not.
Val Kilmer doesn't count.
Val Kilmer does count.
It doesn't
You
count.
can't just say Val Kilmer doesn't count. You can't talk shit on Daredevil and then say Val Kilmer doesn't count.
Val Kilmer and George Clooney don't count. Those were Batman movies. But Val Kilmer definitely doesn't count.
Val Kilmer counts.
I'll let George Clooney count over Val Kilmer.
This isn't you get to pick one. This is they all count.
If I had to pick one that doesn't count, it's Val Kilmer.
I mean, yeah, I think everybody
the least
would
memorable
pick.
one.
But I mean, Bat Nipples was really bad.
Yeah, but those had like a funny thing. Those were like on board with Batman Brave and the Bold, even though they weren't meant to be.
They were meant to be serious.
They were meant to be
Serious-ish.
Plus, I mean, Alicia Silverstone, whatever the fuck that suit was made out of, gave my little 11-year-old boner something to dream about.
I mean, I think everybody fantasized about Alicia Silverstone at that point.
You make really broad assumptions about the world.
I mean, there were a lot of people fat-shaming her at one point, but...
That's so weird. I don't even get that.
Yeah. It's the thing with fat-shaming. Usually it doesn't make sense. Like, you can't just be like, you're fat. And the person's like, oh, this is going to devastate me.
I weigh
To, like, someone who's,
110
like-
pounds. Yeah, you fatty.
Yeah, it needs to not make sense, because that's why it's terrible. They do it to people that, don't deserve it.
I think
Because if someone says to us,
it's weird
you guys
because
are
I
fat,
don't want to
we
say
just know
that
we're
you're
fat.
wrong, because then it implies 2 different things at the same time.
Are you saying that I've painted you into a corner right now?
Yeah, because I want to say that they don't just fat shame skinny people, but the way you're phrasing it is you're saying it in a way where if I say that's not, you're saying they don't fat shame people that deserve it. So if I say that's not true, then that implies I'm saying that there's fat people who do deserve it that get fat shamed.
I mean,
And that's not what I meant.
We are not
It's just your
in
way of
shape.
saying it.
We're not in shape. So if someone goes to us and just be like, you know what? You guys are fat. You guys are really fucking fat. It's disgusting. We'd
Don't
be
you
like,
remember my theory about that, though, that I can't discuss on the internet
we're
because
pretty
it's worse
fat.
than the other things?
yeah, I know. But but we would agree then we're fat. If you're fat, you know you're fat.
But we're
That's
guys.
why everybody doesn't matter. Even girls that are fat, well, they'll usually just say thick then. So so just be like, I'm thick.
I don't know, man. You ever been on a dating website? It usually says
No,
athletic
I've
body.
never been on a dating website.
They're on athletic bodies.
It's why I'm single, because that's the only way fucking people our age date nowadays, and I refuse to do it.
No, it's because you refuse to leave your house at all.
That too.
You're like, I can't order it on the internet, so I don't want it.
It's very difficult to get a girl to just be like, hey, do you want to come to my house for the first time we're going to meet? It's just not. Apparently, that's weird.
We can hang out in my room, but be quiet. My mom's home.
I've never asked that. That would be that's kind of psychotic to ask that, and I've never asked that. Hey, come hang out at my house for the first time that we meet.
I mean, I didn't do that, but I was asked by a girl for that from the internet, and I did it. That was dangerous, but I did
That's
it
super dangerous.
like twice.
That's how you get your butthole played with.
I know. It worked out both the times, but
Did you still get your butthole played with?
no comment.
I love how you did that right when I took a fucking sip.
I gotta remember what stories are okay and what stories are not, so I'm not gonna go into that.
Yeah, we'll just avoid that. We'll skirt around it. So, with this merger now, Disney now has all of their shit. They now have
all of Fox's
all
shit.
of Fox's shit, all of
George
Marvel's
Lucas's
shit, all of George Lucas's shit. So they have well, do they have all of George Lucas's shit?
Yeah, pretty
Because
sure.
everyone always ever just talks about Star Wars. Like,
Pretty
is
sure.
Disney gonna make the next Indiana Jones movie?
That's Steven Spielberg.
No, directed it.
I don't know how movies work. Anyway, you know,
It was a Lucasfilms thing.
You're also forgetting that they own Miramax and a whole bunch of other shit that's not in there because they're just talking about new mergers.
Oh shit!
Not
they
the other
also-
shit Disney owns.
They own fucking the Avatar franchise.
They also own FXX.
Here we go. Here it is.
So they
FX
own
Productions,
Archer,
Fox 1, FS Networks,
and
National Geographic,
huh,
Tata Sky. I don't know what Tata Sky
Fox
is.
News. Yo, how's that gonna work for Fox News?
They're
Isn't
gonna
Disney
need-
more of a liberal show?
You mean just liberal company in general? I don't know. They like money. They have a lot of money.
I think that The Simpsons is going to be a funny one. Like, what's going to happen to The Simpsons? Like, because Simpsons likes to shit on their company.
Yeah, I thought I heard something about that. That Fox was losing The Simpsons.
Yeah, to Disney.
Well, no, I thought like The Simpsons was
I
gonna.
know it's in that article that they got The Simpsons. So here's the thing, though: does Disney close the longest-running television show in
history?
US history,
Yeah.
or did they let them make jokes about them? Because Simpsons have always made jokes about Fox. So
Always made jokes about Fox. Always made jokes about Disney.
Is the mouse gonna be okay with getting pooped on by one of their flagship shows?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Or-
This puts
Does
puts
that
the
change
world
the Simpsons
format
status?
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
they are the
it's-
a flagship show of Fox.
That's the whole thing. The issue with Disney buying all these things, like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, this gives them more money and more this and more that. One, they got to lay off mad fucking people.
Yeah, they
That's
had,
happening.
Like 4,000.
Yeah, 4,000 people. So every time they do one of these mergers, mad people get laid off. So that's a shitty thing. But also,
why
that changes the dynamic.
then you're just putting more pressure on the people that you have that you aren't firing.
It's the
'cause
whole
they have
point.
To take on more things.
All companies are doing that. All
I just
companies
think
are
it's
all
dumb.
companies are trying to have people that they know and trust and that they can pay as little as possible, handle as much work as possible. But no, it's putting this weird thing now where shows and series and movies that don't fit with their company kind of outlook and what they're trying to do. It doesn't fit at all. It doesn't make sense
But
for them
again,
to own these things, and they have to completely revamp it or they need to kill it.
only if they put Disney's brand on it. Disney owns other things.
It's true, but the thing is that they're trying to put their brand on
And
it.
they're
Like
separated from all those other things that they own. They own other real production companies.
It's true.
But I don't know why that never gets mentioned.
I don't know. I mean, I think the purchase of Fox can be a good thing if Disney basically says, don't change who you are to not change. Because there needs to be a balance. We can't go too far into the whole... Because Fox... I don't like Fox that much. Like, they're just not...
Their sitcoms are good.
When they're not being canceled after 1 or 2 seasons. I mean, other than The Simpsons, nothing survives on Fox. That's the issue.
Nothing. That's just TV channels.
I don't know. Freaking Supernatural got 15 fucking seasons. It's ending. It's ending this year though.
Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. But yeah,
It was weird.
it was. But no. So I mean, I don't necessarily like or agree with Fox in general, but I feel that there needs to be a balance. Like, you can't have everything be like, look at us, we're Disney, and we love everybody, and there's no death or violence less it's parents.
Disney owns a lot of retail companies.
I can see that. They're trying to get their shit out to as many people as possible.
They own one called Boss Realty.
For a second, I thought you said balls. Realty.
Hey.
I mean, Disney also did buy that one town.
Apparently
Just so they can build stuff.
Apparently they own GoPro, too.
They own GoPro?
The venture capital, I don't know what that means. That's just when you give money to somebody.
That's, yeah.
Well, they
I was-
gave money to GoPro.
And then GoPro put it on a cock ring.
Okay.
That's a Disney-branded cock ring.
Disney brand. So
You
you
can-
can see inside your Disney princess.
Like, you can have one of those cock cams with Mickey Mouse on it, technically, because Disney invested money into GoPro,
they
and
own,
GoPro is used in the cock cam.
they own ABC and Freeform,
Wait, how are you going to own ABC and Fox then?
ESPN,
Those are two completely different forms of, like, news and entertainment. Well, maybe not
the X
entertainment.
Games, A&E,
They own the X Games?
apparently, Vice Media.
What? Okay, Disney owns too many things at this point.
I thought they owned like
I mean, they basically also dictate copyright law
I thought
also.
they owned like Miramax too, and like what's the one with the lion? Is that Miramax?
MGM.
MGM. I thought they owned those too.
I can guarantee they own MGM, because it was MGM Studios was one of the parks.
Oh yeah, and they own what's the other park there?
Universal?
Yeah, they own Universal.
Do they?
Isn't that part of Disneyland?
Nope, that's separate.
I'm gonna say they do.
Well, the thing is that Universal has a Marvel land, like Islands of Adventure, which is part of Universal, has a Marvel area. So if
How funny would it be if Disney buys Nickelodeon?
I would just start fucking with our childhood a little bit too much.
They bring back Rugrats, but on the Disney Channel. They did that with one show, I'm pretty sure. There was a show that like started as a Nickelodeon show and then became a Disney show.
I can see that.
And I was like, this is weird now.
Nickelodeon is more of like
I think
a
it
weird
bombed
kind
when it
of
went
a-
to Disney too.
I can imagine, because I feel like they would want it to fit their format. And Nickelodeon and Disney have always had a very different format. And unless Disney is learning from that and going, hey, don't change what you do, that's going to keep happening.
No, they're gonna be like, Mickey Mouse is now
You're
the
overlord.
no, he's gonna be.
We're legitimately going.
He's going to be in a Marvel movie, and instead of Howard the Duck, it's gonna be Donald the Duck.
That's ridiculous.
And Goofy. They're gonna be like their own version of Guardians of the Galaxy. And they're gonna show up and be like,
I'm trying to imagine that, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to imagine that.
no.
But no, I can.
They're gonna become a
legitimately
super
see-
hoe. They're gonna be like what's that fucking cartoon with them? And they have like that magic tool shit and stuff. The mystery tools. It's a fucking baby show. Your kid had to have watched
Fucking
it.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is actually just gonna become a Marvel superhero team. like the Avengers.
That would be it. They did have a superhero episode.
And they're gonna like show up at like an Avengers meeting. They're gonna be like, "What's that?" Like,
Oh,
that's a magic tool for later.
hot dog. it's exactly what they need to.
Hot diggity dog. Yeah, like that's
It's
how
exactly
it's
what
gonna
they need
save
to beat
like, the end of the
Thanos.
Avenger movie. They're gonna be like, "What's the mystery tool?" Like,
What's the mystery mouse
it's
tool?
gonna be like a 45, and they're just like, "Oh, bam!"
Okay, that would actually be kind of hilarious and great.
Shoots.
I would love to
Mickey
see
Mouse just shoots
Mickey
Thanos
Mouse
in
just
the
be like,
face.
"Oh, hey Thanos," and Thanos is like, "I'm gonna snap again," and he's like, "Wait, let's see what the mystery mouse tool is." And he like cuts off, it turns into a sword, and he cuts off his arm, and he's like, "Snap now, bitch!" Hot dog.
And then he puts on the gauntlet, and he's like, "No, I control everything."
And then everything just becomes Disney. It's basically just the year 2025 when Disney rules
it just
everything.
becomes Toon World.
Toon World was a great movie.
It was, but I was thinking, isn't that also what they called it in Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, which was also a great movie. Any movie that took regular people and cartoons and combined it was just great.
And then added like a weird sexual nature to it.
Yes, because both of those.
Was Brad Pitt in Toon World?
He was in
That's
Toon.
alright,
No,
cool.
it was Cool World. That's what it was called.
Cool World.
Cool World.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I love how we were both completely wrong and we're just going with it.
Well,
And
I
then you mentioned Brad Pitt, and
meant
I
the
was like,
right
wait.
one, and then you announced the wrong one, and I just was like, I don't remember what that was called, so that's fine. But I
Yeah.
meant this one.
Yeah, Cool World. Yeah, that was a good movie. It's a very good movie. But I think that brings us to our last story. And our last story, if you've noticed, we haven't mentioned our favorite person in the world.
Gangbang superstar. Chris Brown. Macaulay Culkin. Michael Jackson. Steve Jobs.
Florida Man.
Oh.
So here we go.
Poor Florida man.
Florida Man.
This Florida man doesn't look like he does math.
Dad brought loaded AK-47 to a Florida middle school. What ended up happening...
But why? This is Florida. Like, I just expect stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing.
Did he bring it into the school or just to the school?
What ended up happening
Did he shoot at the
was
school?
this man has a son that goes to that school. And he got a FaceTime from his son. And his son was crying. And his son said that a teacher slammed him. They put it in quotations because it doesn't explain what slammed him means. I don't know if that means picked him up and slammed him.
Probably
if it
you
means
never
that they were
seen those videos?
It means that they might have been doing slam poetry.
Like a slam poetry battle?
Yeah, slam
He's
poetry
like,
battle.
I got slammed.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be like, this teacher slammed me.
Is this
Yeah.
like a new thing? Like, is this going to be like the next
I
You
don't
Got
know.
Served movie?
Oh my God, that would be so great.
You got slammed.
You
Slam
got
poetry making a
slammed.
comeback.
Fuck yeah, we can make that. We have a channel now. We can make You Got Slammed. But that sounds like a porn. God damn it. Everything sounds like a porn that we do. But
Because you make it that way.
but no, so his son said that, and then he saw like an adult come on
So
to
you
his...
had too many words. See, this is the thing. We just call it slammed.
I mean, we could, but you said you got served, and then I said you got slammed. So I mean, it's
Just had too many words. Man, you just gotta keep
slammed.
it simple.
Still sounds kind of.
Just call it slam.
There's probably a basketball movie like that.
Slammed.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Slammed from behind.
We'll workshop that later. That'd be the
Slammed
sequel.
in the ear.
Be the sequel, slammed from behind. But I'll be about the underdogs. But yeah, so this apparently an adult came on and he saw someone grab his kid.
Came on what?
His kid. The FaceTime. And the phone went flying apparently. So he freaked out. Apparently he's in a wheelchair, like they mentioned that at some
The
point.
dad's in a wheelchair or the
I
kid?
guess. Apparently the dad's in the wheelchair. It just said the last name, which the kid would also have the last name. It's confusing. So the dad was just like, I'm going to go there. And he went to the school and forgot that he had a loaded AK-47 tucked into his pants.
You don't forget that.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you'd forget it.
How
But
did he get it
he-
in his pants?
I don't know. Maybe that's why they stated that he was in a wheelchair. I don't know.
How do you get it in your pants?
Lean back.
No.
Lean
No.
back.
Is it?
Lean back.
It can't be loaded then because I don't know if you
It's
know
loaded.
this, but the magazine is like this long.
Oh, and it was an extended mag.
So it's like this long.
It's the banana one that curls up.
They're all banana ones.
No, but it curls up like super long. The one that like curls up to the front of the gun.
What is he wearing? Fucking Jankos?
Yes, now he's wearing Janko jeans. So
he's just wearing like regular people jeans. There's zero chance he put that in his pants.
Yeah, it was a loaded AK-47 tucked into his pants, and
just the barrel, I guess.
I don't know. They said that they saw the handle of it. I don't know.
Fuck.
Maybe it was an AK-74.
Maybe.
But
even still,
maybe they're just reporting.
I'm not
it
talking about the length. I'm talking about the width of
the width of it.
Gun.
I'm just gonna say Janko jeans, man, or sweatpants.
To max.
Maybe he was wearing sweatpants.
Super stretchy.
I know, just really stretchy sweatpants, and he forgot. But he rolled up to the school and was
you could forget that.
And was not standing. He was outside of the school, and he was yelling, "Let me see the man who slammed my son." Once again,
just at the door. He's just at the door.
Yeah, because I guess maybe they didn't have a ramp at that entrance. I don't know.
Then he pulls out the AK-47. It's like blah 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 blah.
Well,
blah,
no,
blah.
He never at any point grabbed the gun, but he said, "I got something for him," which I don't know if any of you know what it's like on the street. But if someone usually says, "I got something for him,"
said it so light.
It usually doesn't mean that he has a present for said person.
It could.
Okay, he doesn't have
normally when I say that
sandwich for somebody.
I have a present for someone.
It means you're gonna hurt somebody in some way. But they apparently saw the grip, and they called the police. He got arrested, and he was like, "Oh no, I wasn't gonna do nothing. I just wanted to see the person." And he's like, "I totally forgot that I had this loaded AK-47 with one in the chamber."
Well, that's how you carry a gun.
I know. I'm just saying. So with one in the chamber.
Does Florida have different concealed weapon policy? Like, if you can get it in your pants, you can carry it? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. But he's apparently on a $75,000 bond for, like, a separate drug-related charge and weapons charge.
But, yo, what about the teacher that slammed his kid?
I don't know. We still don't know
going to be a follow-up on that? I want to find out what happened to this teacher.
I feel this teacher should answer for the slamming.
This teacher should be relieved of his duties. Like, this teacher's at fault.
So it's not this guy's fault for bringing a 47 for an AK-47 to school?
Listen, if that teacher never would have slammed that kid, this guy never would have brought that AK-47 to school.
If there was no slamming done.
What color's the teacher?
It doesn't have any.
I bet he's white.
You bet he's white. White guys can get away with slamming any kids they want. And as soon as the black guy shows up with an AK-47...
It's Florida, though.
It's a problem.
There's 0 gun laws in Florida. Like, I don't even understand what the problem is.
If anybody watches this show that lives in Florida, I don't know why you would watch the show if you lived in Florida. We say a lot of shit.
Do you carry
Are you allowed to
AK-47s
carry
in your pants?
Anything. As long as you can conceal it, it's a concealed weapon.
Bro, there's no laws in Florida.
There's no laws.
Florida's the fucking purge, bro.
It's just the Wild West.
Purge.
But yeah, no, so I just thought this was ridiculous because he had it, because it doesn't, I wish it said what kind of pants he was wearing.
Yo, because there's no fucking way.
There's none.
He just wasn't wearing pants, and they called his wheelchair pants. That's really what he got. Like, loaded AK-47 with one in the chamber just means he was like about the nut. And they're talking about his dick, and it has a tattoo of an AK-47 on it.
With an extended mag.
With an extended mag.
Because
it just goes down to his balls.
He's got a huge dick. So they call that an extended mag. In Florida. That's how they roll.
Flow Rider gun laws.
You're going to look up the actual gun laws?
Yeah, can you carry an AK-47?
But yeah, something about it like a code red. This says AK-47 pistol. Mini Draco with an extended magazine, which appeared to be fully loaded with 30 rounds on them.
Apparently open carry is banned in Florida. Maybe Pennsylvania's better.
Pennsylvania is better
Florida
than Florida.
was like really, really lenient with their gun laws. Some state just made it legal.
And they never brandished the gun.
So what's the crime? Just having an AK-47 is a crime nowadays? It's going to offend somebody.
and demtards will be offended.
Demtards will be offended.
Demtards will be offended. And reptards are going to be like, I agree. And then we're like, this guy was black. And they're like, I disagree.
They don't get those.
Not allowed. Second Amendment does not extend.
The original Constitution was written for the white man, by the white man.
It was.
No.
You're
excluded
not-
everyone that wasn't a white man.
Exactly. You're not actually lying there. The Constitution was written by white men for white men. Women? Nope. Black people? Nope. Spanish
it's really
people?
weird how they
nope.
lied. They well, it depends.
Are you saying the all men are created equal part?
No. I mean, it depends on the Spanish people part, because it depends on where you're Spanish from.
True. True.
If you're from Espanol, then,
From the Spain?
then you're included.
From the Spania?
From the Spania.
Because they are white. That's why.
They is mad white.
They is a mad white.
Super white.
If I went to Spain, they would be like, you don't belong here. And I'd be like, I'm Spanish, though. And they'd be like, you don't belong
If
here.
you went
We
to
can
Sicily,
tell.
you'd be okay.
I would be. Especially with all the pasta that I eat. I eat way more Italian food than I do Spanish food. It's terrible.
So weird. Especially because I make arroz con palo like all the time.
So much arroz con palo. With the adobos and the sofritos and the recaitos.
I mean, you're the only reason I put adobo on everything.
Yeah, because it's
I
amazing.
used to just use all those ingredients separately. And you're like, that's got all of them. Just use that.
I'm like, just use it. Because it is the world's greatest seasoning. Put it in everything.
It's just garlic powder, salt, and onion powder, I think.
There's more in there.
There's more in there, but it's mostly
There's also,
garlic
those are
powder.
the main things. There's a lot of salt. There's a
Yeah,
lot
there's
of
a
salt.
lot.
Don't ever add salt if you are putting adobo in something. Because you will just OD on sodium. That's too much.
It's okay.
Way too much sodium.
Like when my feet swell up,
Do you add salt?
sometimes.
That's a bad idea, man. There's a lot of salt. There's a lot of salt in adobo. And if you put sofrito and recaito, there's even more salt in those.
Salt on salt.
Salt on salt on salt. It's why us Puerto Ricans are so unhealthy.
Because of all the salt. Salt's not really
And
bad
grease.
for you. Sugar's bad for you.
Salt and grease. And
Mostly sugar.
that's one of our main exports is sugar cane.
I know, that's why. That's why you're unhealthy.
Yeah. I mean, I've made you have Malta, right?
Yeah.
Were you one of the people?
Made me have Malta?
I make everybody have
I'm
Malta.
the one that finished it.
You actually did finish it. I can never remember. Some people are like, this is the worst thing that I've ever had. Some people are like, this is like drinking just molasses.
No, it
it's
just
so
reminded
thick.
me of shoe fly pie.
Oh, yeah, you were the one that said that.
Yeah.
I make a lot of people drink it, and a lot of people hate it, and I love it. But I can't drink it because it's too much.
It's not great, but it wasn't gross.
I
I
love
eat
it.
shoe fly pie, and I feel the same way about shoe fly pie. I'm like, it's not great, but it's not gross. I don't know why. It's like someone's like, you want this? Like, I guess.
I'll take it. I mean, if you're offering it to me, I'll take it, but it's not my favorite.
That's basically how I feel about it.
That's how I feel about most things. But I think that can probably be where we end it. It's been a good time.
Thank you for looking at our cock rings. Have a good night.
This show was filmed on a cock cam. You just imagine that if we had Dane standing there,
Holding a dildo cam.
just with his arms out to the side, just
What
that would make this a very different filming. We would not.
do you think about doing that, Dane, huh? Yeah?
He agrees.
Oh, you're
Totally
so gay.
agrees. Jeez, Dane. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Rum Runners Podcast. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Rum Runners. You can find us on the YouTube. Just search Rum Runners. That's RUM space RUNNAS. You can find Kyle on Instagram. We
He'll put it
forgot
right
this.
here. He'll
We
put
forgot
it
this
right
last
here.
time.
I do not feel like saying it. He's just gonna put a banner for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a graphic.
Yeah. You keep saying you're gonna do it.
I
You
just
said you're gonna do it for hours.
keep adding text, but that's not a graphic. I need to actually do a graphic. I need to stop being lazy. But thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next week. Peace. Deuces. We'll catch you in the next one.
Don't fuck animals.
Don't.
It's all over.